Welcome back to PYJynJoy, Messages from the Divine. This is Charmaine, your holistic life coach, coming to you today with a reading for the collective. So this will be a general reading and just what the divine wants to tell the whole collective. But if you wanted to do one-on-one readings, you can go to PYJynJoy, PYJynJoy.com and book a session there. But before we get started, let's cleanse the energy of the space. And also prepare our minds for the message that we'll receive today. We'll do 3 deep cleansing breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, relaxing into it, letting go of anything that you were doing prior with thoughts, tasks that you have to do later. All of that right now, this is for you to focus on your time and the message that the divine has for you. So let your eyelids flutter closed. Inhale gently through your nose, feeling the fresh cleansing air enter into your heart space, expanding inside of you. And then gently exhale with an open mouth sigh. Relax your shoulders, unfurl your eyebrows. And then again, inhale through your nose. Feel it reach even deeper into your body, down to your toes, up to your crown. And then gently exhale. Release any tension that's in your body. Again, inhale deeply. Add a little bit more of that fresh cleansing air. A little bit more. And then gently exhale it all out. Release it all. Free yourself, free your mind. And then gently open your eyes and prepare for the message. So, today we will do a 5-card spread, but let's ask the divine, what message do you have for the collective today? Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? So, for the immediate past, we have the world. As you can see, the world is all there for you. So all of in the corners, you'll see the astrological symbols. You have at the top, you have Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, and she's holding 2 wands in her hands, infinity symbols. So it's just letting you know you have everything in the world for you. 10 and 1 is 21, so that's 2 plus 1 is 3. Expansion, that's the world. So the world is open to you. For in the immediate past, you have the world there. You have 8 of swords. So you're feeling a bit in the present, feeling a bit bound, and the swords are mental. So that's all about your mental mindset. You're feeling a bit bound, your eyes are closed, you can only hear. So think of it this way, your senses are lessened because you can't see, you can't touch or feel anything. All you can do is hear and speak as well. But you have these swords surrounding you, and it really is just in your mind. That's why the eyes are closed, because it's internal that you have this conflict. So that's the present. Let's see, the immediate future is the devil. So with that, and back to 8. So 8 is also still about your prosperity. So even though your mental is somewhat clouded and jumbled, and you're feeling as if you can't move or do anything, it's still a sign of abundance. So with your immediate future, you have the devil card, and that's basically just showing where it's a couple in front of the devil, and there's nothing really wrong with this in the sense that, oh my God, it's the devil, this is something terrible. It's really you facing what is your temptations, what you're letting your mind stray to. And I also often like to say to people, particularly if you're manifesting, is that you're letting negative thoughts into your head, and that is a temptation that's preventing you from moving forward into your highest self. So when you combine that with the mental of all these thoughts of self-doubt and indecision and unsurety, that's you falling into the temptation of it being the devil. Temptation, negative. So in your distant past, we have 3 of wands. So standing there, and I love this because 3 is about expansion. It's about, and remember the earth again, it's all about the expansion. So you're standing on a cliff overlooking your boats that are, because of wealthy, so wands, it's all about your creativity, your passion. You see the red there. So it's as if you're looking out at what your success has been so far and contemplating more and using your creativity to get you there. So that's how I like to look at that card. And then if you're, for your distant future, you have strength. And with that strength, again, it's 8. So 8 again. So you have that prosperity. You have the strength to tame a lion. You've put roses around a lion's neck, okay? And you're patting his head, holding his back of his head. And it's just like you have the ability. And then you notice the infinity symbol above your head. And with that, it's continuous. It's constant, continuous, never ending, infinite amounts of abundance that you can achieve when you let yourself have the world and take advantage of all the opportunities that are there for you. You have the strength to go forward and to continue that prosperity again and again. So let's take a look at the bottom card as well. We have the Fool, 0. So that's you taking that leap. I love this little dog there. So you're taking a leap of faith, walking forward without worrying about it. I love it also to say, like, walk by faith and not by sight, because you can see you're not even looking at where you're going. Sure, there may be a cliff there, but it is no concern, because why? The universe has your back. You don't have to worry about it. This is metaphorical, so clearly you're not really walking over a cliff, but it is the fact that you have such faith in the divine that you will step forward. And I'll tell you a story. So PYJynJoy is named after my three of my dogs. So PY is for Ziggy. We called him Piggy because he used to eat as you know what as a puppy. So PY, and then JYN is for Ginger, my little other Maltese, who is was a sweet little doggy and very busy. And then Josie is the joy, my Bichon, and she was another girl that was just such a good girl and sweet. But they all had their personalities. You know, Josie would bite people that came into the house she didn't trust, and Ginger would, be like, "Don't touch me if you go to pick her up." She would growl at you if she was asleep. So they were sweet and salty. So anyway, but with that, Ginger had gotten a brain tumor, and it took away her ability to see as well as to smell. But she would have walk in the house with her little halo on. She would look left. She would not figuratively. She would turn her head left, turn her head right, and then walk. It's like she was saying to herself, well, I may not be able to really see where I'm going, but I'm going to walk by faith and not by sight. I am going to be so strong in my little 6-pound body that I will just walk forward, not worrying whether it's a cliff ahead of me, if I'll bump into the sofa, because she has a little halo on, so she wouldn't. But it's amazing. And it's amazing, too, the perception that increases. So remember I said here, the perception, your senses are dulled, so it makes it sharper, no pun intended, with the sword. So it sharpens you even more, because for Ginger, her hearing became even stronger. And she would hear when Ziggy was eating his food, they had stainless steel bowls, she would hear it clinking around, and she would race towards it and knock him out the way. Okay. He could see, he could smell all of that. He would let her knock him right out the way, and she would eat his food. So that's what you have to do. Walk by faith and not by sight. So when you're manifesting and you're going through this, remember you have the world. No matter what you're feeling mentally, don't let that block you, and you fall into the temptation of believing those doubtful thoughts, the negative thoughts, because you have, from the past, you've had such success. You're standing above and seeing the greatness that you've created from your creativity. And in the distant future, you have the strength. You have it all. So let's delve a little deeper. So tell us, Divine, about the distant past, the Three of Wands. So the collective people out there that this is resonating with. And again, it may not resonate with all of you, but it will resonate with enough of you, because the Divine would not have sent a message like this if it wasn't appropriate for some people out there. So when looking at the distant past, Divine, tell us some more about that. 7 of Swords. So you can see, and some people see it differently, but I see it where, not that she's sneaking off with some of the swords, rather that she is taking what is hers. And she's looking back to see that she's going to come back for those 2 as well, but that she is going to move forward in taking what's hers and moving on with her life with it. So 7 is about your insight, your wisdom, your spirituality. And when you look at that, 7 and 3 is 10. That's 1, new beginnings. So in a distant past, you were able to collect and use what you had to move forward and have this positivity, the creativity that you use to move boats that have your possessions on them. So maybe you're like a business person that's moving forward with their different ideas, because then you have the world where your stuff is going out into the world. So tell us a little bit more about this distant past. Tell us, I want to get a little more clarity on that one. So we show it with the tower moment. So with the tower, that sometimes people get really nervous about that. They're like, oh my gosh, falling from the tower, there's fire falling from the sky, the crown is falling off. But thinking of it this way, it's a major change in your life that's going to push you forward, that will drive you, look, see, collecting, driving you forward, leaving the past behind, looking back over your shoulder like, okay, that's over. So there was some sort of a tower moment for you that you had to move. It was forcing you to go forward, to leave things behind that you no longer needed, and to carry on. So perhaps actually now in looking at this, it's not so much that she's going to take these other two, but she took all that she needed and left what wasn't necessary. So I'll change that. So that's what this is all about, is leaving behind after this tower moment what was no longer needed to progress you forward. Because remember, still, you have the creativity of the Three of Wands, that expansion, the wealth that you're accumulating, all of that. So in speaking of the expansion, let's look at the world. So Divine, tell us about this immediate past. What's going on after the tower moment? They had to move forward, taking what they could that would be best serving them in the future. So tell us more about this distant, this immediate past. Six of Swords. So it's still some mental. So you still have it, but look, Six of Swords is all about you moving forward, moving on, moving into the world. And look at the boats. So the boats, taking the boat and moving forward, taking what you needed to, and now you're on a journey that's putting you even further away from the past, from the change that had to happen in order for you to progress, in order for you to evolve. And that's what I also do, evolutionary astrology. We're using in this lifetime, evolving to your most brilliant self, in that you are learning what you need to do so that you are living your life's purpose. So with that, you're now on this journey. You've moved forward, this healing. The waters are just as calm as can be. The driver of the boat, rather the boat steerer of the boat, is moving it forward without any problems whatsoever. So you've turned your back on the past and now you're moving forward into the rest of the world. So tell us some more, Divine, about this. Tell us about this travel. Crossing water also is very good because things can't follow you over water. So you'll also notice in a lot of cultures where there are no um, circles, so that you have to turn corners so that things can't follow you. It's the same thought. So let's see what more we can get. The Empress. And now look at you on your throne. So the Empress, world, expansion, you are at the utmost. And it's funny, I just finished watching the series on Netflix called The Empress. I love that show. It's actually a true story about the Empress and Emperor of the Habsburg dynasty. So anyway, go take a look. But for you, in this case, collective, so the Empress, you're sitting here on your throne, Venus with the heart. So as you know, Venus is all about love, relationships, aesthetics, music, art, everything that's lovely and beautiful. So you're this beautiful queen, empress rather. Empress, as you know, is above a queen. So you're this empress sitting down, is bountiful. You have the red of love, red of creativity, the passion, all of that is there for you. So you're very confident. You have confidently moved forward into this new place in your life. But for whatever reason, you may still have some type of mental doubts can pop up. And that's the thing. Every day is an ebb and a flow. What you have to do is learn how to pivot and make sure that you're not dwelling on the negative, because negative dwelling will create more negativity in your real world if you're thinking that constantly. So tell us more, Divine, about this present situation. You've gone forward and you've done well. The collective has done so well and become an empress, but still having these nagging thoughts of false beliefs. So let's see. Eight of Pentacles. So 8 and 8. So with that, you're sitting there, you're building, you're creating, all sorts of stuff is happening for you. You're able to move forward. Pentacles is all about your prosperity. It's also about work. It's about your money. So you have now unbound yourself, as you can see, and you're using your creativity. You're using that to create your wealth. And remember, you had the wealth from the past, and now you're having it here. So what you're doing is you've changed that mental. You've let it go in order for you to let your creativity come back out, and look at how much you've done. So with it, you just have to be sure, because 8 again is still that abundance, that prosperity. And Pentacles also earth, and that's all about your grounding as well. So what it's telling you is to let go of those fears that are holding you back so that you can produce. So tell us some more about this present time. Divine, what else can you tell us about that? Two of Wands. So again, similar to with the Three of Wands, where you're standing again. Now you're standing, instead of on the cliff, it's standing on your balcony or deck of your home, and looking out. Once again, looking at the oceans, considering what you want to do. Look at the colors are similar with the yellow. So you're contemplating what you can create. Wands or creativity, and it's two, so it's balance. So you have everything is in the balance, and you're ready to move forward with that creativity. So let's see. Tell us some more about this temptation that's coming up in the immediate future. Divine, what can you tell us about this? What temptation will come in and try to knock them off of their upward trajectory? Tell us some more about that. Judgment. So we have judgment, and that's 10. 10 and 1 plus 0 is 1, so it's new beginning. So there will be some form of a judgment for you, where you'll need to, and it's nothing bad. Once again, everybody's arms are lifted, they're happy. It's just a matter of figuring out what it is that you're doing, making sure that you are doing things that's on the up and up. Things will get better. It will be fixed. It will be fine. You will be rejuvenated. All of that. And again, look at the water. So I always like to look at this not as though they're in caskets really and coming back out, but rather that you are leaving, once again, leaving behind and leaving the past so that you can move forward with more positivity, and also with the ability to do what's good, do what's right. So judgment, you're going against that temptation, you're moving away from that. So in looking at it with the rest of the cards, it's you learning to use your judgment to not focus on the negative, but rather to leave behind the past toxicity, to step forward, to re-emerge. So what more can you tell us about this present, the immediate future? So the collective has gone forward, they're rejuvenated, they've come out of that little shell there, I'll call it. What more can you tell us, Divine? 9 of Swords. And what I like to say about this too is that, again, a lot of swords is a lot of mental. Whomever out there in the collective this is for, you're really struggling a lot with getting your mental mindset under control and balancing it. Remember the balance. That's what's preventing you from having such great achievements. Spend some time meditating, where you are letting your mind rest. Let your mind, don't have the grief, the sadness, the fear. All of those things are weighing you down, not letting you sleep, causing you to have nightmares, I'm sure. What you want to do is find a quiet place, maybe take a walk outside, whatever it is, but spend some time going inward so that you can reconnect to source, reconnect to the divine, and get your energy back, get your thoughts resettled. You don't want to keep dwelling on that. And that's what keeps coming through, no matter hearing, even though all these great cards are still coming and showing you the prosperity, showing you as an empress, showing you with the strength. There's still a lot of mental that you're going through, and you'll need to really adjust your thoughts a lot better than that. So what other advice can you tell them, and especially about this um, immediate future? I want to, before we move on, I want to just get a little bit more on that. Tell us some more, Divine. 6 of Cups. So 6, so 9, oh, let's go back a second. So 9 is about completions, endings. So it could also be that you are going to move ahead away from this mental anguish. And then with 6 of Cups, 6 is about your self-sacrifice, loyalty, harmony. So with it, it's where you are sharing your gifts and your emotions with others, reflecting on your childhood, thinking about things that were good. Maybe a child is involved, but more so with this and looking at with everything, it's where your thoughts are now going back to a better time that you had. Maybe that's what you'll need to do, is focus more on the good things that you've had in life in the past so that you can get beyond the current thoughts that you're having that are so negative. So look at it that way. Now let's move on to strength and see in the distant future. It's also showing well, so showing to the collective that you have the ability and the strength to move forward. But Divine, tell us a little bit more, give us a bit more insight on this. So we have Seven of Cups, so more emotions. And with that, it's very fantastical ideas and thoughts are going, a lot of creativity. You see very fanciful things. So it's all these different creatures and elements in there. You have money, you have a wreath, you have a tornado, a heart, I mean, a snake, all of this. So with it, you just have the ability with your strength to pull on your imagination, to be creative. Remember, with the creativity, use the creativity that you were having in the past, in the present, use all of that to, maybe you're a writer, maybe you create screenplays or something, but whatever it is, it's something that's not in the ordinary world. It's more in the um, imagination, the creativity that you have there. And seven again is with your inner thoughts. So your inner thoughts are turned into more of creative, fantastical things. Let's see some more about that, Divine. Tell us some more about the ideas that are brewing in the head, the strength to carry them through. Tell us some more about that distant future. The star. So maybe this is something like Hollywood. I don't know. That's like maybe taking a leap. But we have the star, which is 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. Again, the prosperity. So with that, you are able to have a balance, 1 foot leg on the one leg on the earth, one in the water. So you're balancing, you're grounded, and your emotions are fine. You're pouring water into each place. And also, you have the ability to shine. You are shining. You are the star. So ultimately, you have the strength, you have all that ability to step forward. Remember, as the fool, you're stepping forward and progressing all the way until you are a star. So, leaving behind all of that negativity, all of the thoughts of self-doubt, you have the ability to do it. And then look, the bottom card, we have 2 of Swords. So you are prepared, even though again, you're bound here. So look how it went from you being in the present where you're bound and a lot of swords are around you that are planted in the earth that are preventing you in your mind from moving forward, to being here where you have the 2 swords, you're in control of them. And again, with the balance, remember I said the balance? So you are balancing your emotions, your thoughts. The water is pretty calm there, and you are now in control. Even though you're not seeing, you are now truly walking by faith and not by sight, knowing that you have the strength to control it all. You are the star. You have that. You have that ability to do it all. So that is your message. You are in control. So just be sure that you are not um, given into thoughts that are negative, that are preventing you from moving forward, blocking your creativity, that will allow you to be in control, to be the empress, to be the star. So let's pull the crystal that would help you in this message to remind you. And crystals, I love working with crystals. I've been working with them really since I was in pre-kindergarten. But the fact is that you can use a crystal to take on those manifest, to take on those attributes of it. So when we pull it, we'll get into more detail. But to see what you can take from it, and I often like to carry in my pocket every day. I have a particular crystal that was attracted to for the day. Also, you can just have a collection of crystals from within your house, and that energy will help to cleanse. If it's like selenite or something, it helps to cleanse. Quartz helps to make it more amplified. But in this instance, let's see what crystal will help the collective divine. And this just popped out. Okay, golden healer quartz, open the door. So I just said quartz will amplify. So with golden healer quartz is also very good to for healing, obviously, And look at the gold. All the colors here are pretty much with the golds in it, even with the Tower card. There's a lot of gold. So open the door. So open the door for your new beginnings. You've manifested some greatness. You have the ability to do it. Just open that door. Let yourself walk through. Remember, you were ready to move forward. You left things behind. You have gone further away from it. Remember to do that, because you have the healing ability, which is all that PYJynJoy is about, healing you. It's about you having that healing ability to do so. Just open the door and walk through. That's your message. So I hope that message resonated with you. If it did, I'd be so thankful if you will leave a star, like, I'm sorry, a star. I'm like so focused on a star. If you hit the like button for the video, as well as share it with your friends, and subscribe to PYJynJoy. Hit the notification bell so that you can be alerted to when I have new posts going out and videos, although I do them every day. But also to leave comments. I love to hear what is going on with you. Share with me what this message helped you with, or what questions that you may have. I will respond. So until we see each other again, love, light, and joy.